Hey, you know, there is power in every sport. That big hook in bowling is our power. That shot that throws pins everywhere and increases your carry percentage. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about how some of those guys on tour get the mighty Revs. Now, the first thing I want to say is important about your grip. You don't want to have a thumb that is so snug that you can't get a smooth release. You see how the thumb exits the ball long before the fingers. Now, the longer this delay, the more revolutions you're going to get. It's this gap that's really going to get this ball spinning quickly. You add acceleration through this point, and that's when you really get a lot of revolutions. Now, I want to show you the load and the unload. The yo-yo effect, let's say. I'm loaded and I'm released. Loaded and released. This is almost every sport. Baseball, football, basketball, all of them have it. In bowling, our release comes from a backward bend of the wrist through impact, or just after impact. That is the release. But it starts with the big Rev players with a cup. And they're cupping the ball much like this. In fact, many of the power players nowadays either throw the ball like this with only their fingers in the ball may be resting against their forearm. This is maximum load right here. Some of the guys use two hands now just so that they can have a lot more control with that big cup. A lot of the guys, Tommy Jones, guys like that, throw a lot of revs with their full hand in the ball, so that's okay, you can do that. It helps if you can cup the ball. You have to be a little strong here, especially in my case. I throw a 16-pound ball. Not the easiest thing to do to cup it on the way back. But if you can, it's going to translate into more revs. Now, I want you to realize again that the higher the backswing, the more ball speed that you're going to get out of your backswing, and the looser you can be on the way through so that you can really pop that ball just like the yo-yo. If you don't have a high backswing, still can be accomplished with fast feet. Understand, the faster I'm traveling to the line, the more ball speed that I'm creating through momentum with the legs. The more momentum I've got, the less swing is required to create that ball speed needed to get that big hook down the lane. So it stores all the energy and turns into that carry. So you're going to have to determine when you're throwing the big rev whether you're going to have a lower swing with fast feet, almost running like I do, or that big, tall, high backswing like the Barnes and the Tommy Joneses of the world, Pete Weber. But here is the key point: acceleration through the release point. If you do not accelerate through the release point, you're not going to translate any of this power into revolutions. In fact, it's probably because you're going to take it from the top and throw it. That's ball speed. That's not rev. So let's let this ball fall all the way past the leg and through the release point, accelerate. And don't forget to release the wrist. You know, the same as you would pass a football, you load and you release. You load and you release. You could do the same thing underhanded with this football. You load and you release. Now, if you take a football at home and you practice this load and release, you can learn how to really rev one up. You can get it to spiral real good. You can even take it and get it end over end so it doesn't spiral at all. Just about every release in bowling can be recreated with this football in your backyard. It's a lot less expensive than going out there and spending all that money on countless games. Try this. Then you can work on your post-shot routine when you're done.